Okay. Hello. Hey, everybody. It's Amy and Andrea. How are you? We're going to wait and see who's watching live with us. We'll give it a few minutes and we will see who's going to join us for International Women's Day. It's so exciting.
Happy International Women's Day. Yay.
How about that, right? A day.
We need more than a day, though, right?
I know. Yes, we do need more. A day is not enough. A day is not enough. So, hey there. Hi. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're watching us on Facebook, there was a little thing that you can click that says, hey, if you're watching on Facebook and you want to, you gotta approve this. It's a streaming program that Andrea and I are using right now. So if you did not click that, what I'm seeing on my page is Facebook user. So I apologize if I don't see your name. I see Melissa Napoli. Melissa knows what to do. So if you're on and you're saying hi, I see someone that just said, hi, Andrea. Can you just do us a favor and type your name in the comments? Because otherwise we just see Facebook user. And we want to know who's here with us. I see Sandy's here. Hi, Sandy Welch. Yay. All right, so we'll wait and see who else posts their name in the comments. This is going to be so much fun. So welcome to International Women's Day. Andrea, it's been a long time since we've done something together, hasn't it?
I know. It's been a year. What a year it's been. But you know what? This is going to be a fun night because we're going to hear how we took what we thought was going to be a week or two and turned it into a whole new way of living life, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's so crazy. Oh my gosh. So this is fun. So I see Betsy's on and Kitty's here. Kathy is here. Hi, Kathy Alvarez. Robin's on with us. All right, this is so great. So for our Mary Kay girls that are watching, Andrea and I want to ask a favor of you. While you're on Facebook, if we can't catch the comments quickly enough to answer people's questions, if you could jump on and reply for us. And when we're all done with the program, of course, we're going to be able to go back and see your comments and really dig into questions you may have, just in case we miss them here. Hi, Kirsty, you're here too. This is so fun. All right, so this program, we are all this is like mine and Andrea's thing, right, Andrea? Like women empowerment.
Absolutely.
How could we are in like such a perfect company for that, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And this, I feel like, is one of mine and Andrea's biggest common grounds, is that is like what our passion is lifting women up, empowering them, making them feel like you can do anything, because we really believe that. Right? Like that's such the truth. So
that's right. It's great venue for that.
Yes. Yeah. So we're so excited to be here with you. And for the last couple of weeks, we had a survey out and we asked some questions of our customers and our consultants, and we got some great answers all about COVID.
So impressed. I
know. So we have you might see your name pop up on the screen, girls. And if you do, that means you are a winner, and we are going to be sending some product your way. If you're a consultant and you answered, you may see your name and you're going to get some prizes from Andrea and I. And we also have two powerhouse women that are Mary Kay customers that did some great things during COVID. We cannot wait to introduce you to them as well. So, right. All right. So give them a hello, Andrea. Give them some encouragement and hello for women empowerment.
This is just such a perfect day, as Amy said, such a perfect day for us. I truly believe, I was joking, but there should definitely be more than one day, because the powerhouse women, even the ones I know and the ones we interact with, we deserve a year, not a day, but we'll take it. We'll take what we have. And I'm just so excited that you're on here today, celebrating each other. And I think that's what we do well as women. We know how to lift each other up. And that's what you're going to see tonight, that in a time where none of us knew what was going to happen, day in and day out. Really, we were sometimes not even going a day at a time, an hour at a time. We did not know what was happening. And you will be so impressed, as we were, by how some of these women just didn't even lift up and get by, but they just excelled in this last year. So we're really excited to share this with you.
We're so excited. So yeah, welcome everybody to International Women's Day. Yay! You know what, I think that there is something really, really, really unique about women. And in this day and age, when everybody is trying to like meld everything together, right? Like there's all pronouns we're supposed to be using, and you can get offended by calling somebody something, you know, we want you to know that what our belief is that women are uniquely beautiful and amazing, and we are created differently than men. Mm-hmm. We are, like, at a core level, right? Mm-hmm. And so when we were digging in and trying to figure out, okay, what are the things that really we feel like have defined women over this last year? These are some of the words we came up with. Mm-hmm. Resilience, courage, strength, creativity and being really creative, grit, and then community, right? Like we need community so badly. Sometimes I feel like these are really words that separate us from the male gender a lot of times. I mean, really.
Especially the first one. Yeah, I think our first one created the last one. The resiliency that we all showed really developed a whole new community, because a lot of us thought we had lost community when we were stuck in our houses, right?
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I mean, you know, you don't really hear men talking about all these things, about resiliency and creativity and grit, right? Like there's things that just make women thrive. And when you can grab a hold of these words and like own them yourself, like anything is possible. Anything is possible. So we are so excited to share with you some super cool things that people sent in. Hi, Amy Pearl. Yay. You're going to see our beautiful Amy Pearl be featured in a little while.
Hi, Amy.
I know her. Me too. And Kitty's on here too. I know Kitty knows you too, Amy. So we're going to share with you some things. Let's see, how am I going to do this, Andrew? So I'm going to pull myself out and I'm going to let you just share with the people on here tonight some of the things that women said to us when we asked them what positive came out of COVID for you. What was something positive, right? Because, man, there was a lot of negative, and there still is. Like, we're still in it, right?
Yeah, it would have been so easy to focus on the negative and what we lost and what we couldn't do. And we didn't know what we would get when we asked people this, but wow, did you all just jump up? And you know what I didn't do, Amy, is, oh no, here they are. See, this is one of the things that changed during COVID. I put my glasses on. I'm so sorry. This is a new COVID thing. I have to have it.
So. Okay, so you know, I want to say this, that I believe that, you know, we're on here representing Mary Kay Cosmetics, which is really the epitome of women empowerment. It is an organization that is based on community, on self-care, right? Like things that we found through our survey. And thank you to Amy Pearl for giving me this idea, because she kind of threw this idea out at me one time when we were out for coffee. And I said, well, she did her own survey. I thought, I'm going to do my own survey. And I have to say that, you know, there was a lot of great that came from COVID, but it was overwhelming, the number of responses that people just said how profound their sense of community was and needed during this time.
Absolutely.
Overwhelming number of people that were like, I'm taking care of myself. Like I'm really diving into self-care. Yeah. And it's been such a blessing. And so I thought, oh my gosh, that's so you know, how crazy. Like that's what we're all about in Mary Kay, right? So the consultants that are on and you're posting, give us a thumbs up if you felt like you really had a leg up through this COVID, because you already have this thriving community that you belong to. And you certainly have the products to just dig in and take care of yourself. But we really talked about that.
And I bet all of us even we're digging in a way that we weren't doing it before. You know, I tried a lot of new products and really, you know, kind of just added to the line. So
yeah, it was.
I needed to keep my stress level down. Everybody was home.
Oh my gosh. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull out of this presentation for a moment and turn it over to Andrea. And if you watch the bottom of your screen, Andrea is going to be reading some of the comments, and you're going to see, you might hear your name. Yeah. And if you hear your name, just know that there is a gift coming, a Mary Kay gift coming to you from us. And so I'm going to pull myself out here, Andrea.
Okay.
And
you ready? Okay. So this first one, I absolutely love this because this was something for me, some things that I thought were normal. I realized I don't want to return. Amanda, I am right there with you. You know, some things we thought were there, you know, are just, what a nice thing that we can unload a few things that we thought we had to have, that we thought we needed to have. And when they were gone, we realized we didn't really miss them. So Amanda H, that's Amy's customer. I love that. Love, love, love that. That's one of my favorites. The second one, I felt it was a blessing to rest and connect with family and friends. That's Brenda. She's a customer of Crystal, and it's great. You know, how many of us got to have dinner more together, watch movies, do things with our family? I love that. I absolutely love that because my kids are getting a little older now, so I took that as a blessing as it was. The third one is great. I found a sense of community connecting with a Facebook group of strangers who made and shipped over 62,000, ladies, 62,000 face masks to people in need. When Amy read that to me, I thought, wow, this person is amazing. And how funny. It's Diane, my customer, Diane. I never knew you did that. Congratulations, Diane. The new one was, and what's so great about that is Diane probably could make these masks, but to find a community, this is what we're talking about. We kind of switched the way we were doing it. Even though we were in our houses and she probably was not face to face with that community, she worked with people to grow and create a whole new community. Congratulations, Diane. That was phenomenal. The next one, I learned to take care of myself in a new way. Don't you love that? Dawn said that. That's Melissa's customer. I learned to take care of myself in a new way. How many of you did that? How many of you just realized, you know, getting up and taking the time to wash your face or read a book or just have that downtime? We always say, if only we had time, if only we had time. Well, we had plenty of time, and what a wonderful blessing that was if we could learn, you know what, if I'm going to be in the house, I might as well kind of put the focus on me. And that was a wonderful gift of 2020. And then finally, we have, I increased my caring for others and did what I could do to help others cope with all the adverse effects of being quarantined. And that's Jackie. Again, that's another one of Crystal's customers. And what a wonderful double blessing that was. We realize that when we bless others, the blessings come back on us threefold, fourfold. And, you know, Jackie probably said, you know what, I'm handling this. I've got my handle on what's going on here. And she could have probably just stayed at home and handled it and went through and waited for this to be over. But instead, she chose to bless other people and help lift them up. Again, that's the resiliency of women. That's what we're about. And that's what creating a whole new community does. And we're so proud of you. So those 5 women, if you saw your name, you will look for something special coming to you from your consultant. We're so proud of you. And we're so excited that you turned what so many people saw as a negative into a wonderful new opportunity and blessing for yourself and for others. So thanks so much.
Yeah. Okay. And I do have, let's see, I do have 2 more that I'm going to read here. So let's see, let me tell you about this because I loved these too. Like, as women, when we have this adversity that we could just have like laid back and just said, back in the beginning, we all thought it was going to be 2 weeks, right? So we could have just laid back and said, I'm just going to ride this out and do nothing. And as it went on and on and on, we started seeing more and more of the blessing. And I love this from Nancy, who is a customer of Julie Millard. She was able to take the time to get closer to her family. And I think in this rat race of a world that we live in as women, and for most of us, like prior to COVID, our lives were really different, like running and running and running. And as much as we wanted to have our family around us and feel really connected, it just wasn't the reality for a lot of us. And so, boy, if that's not like the most important thing ever, right? I can remember, I'm sure you've all heard this before, that when we're lying on our deathbed, we're not going to be saying, I wish I had one more day to work. Like nobody's going to be saying that, right? We're going to say, I wish we had more time to spend with family. I wish I could have given back in a different way, right? And so this is the time that we were able to take and just reflect, for sure. And so this is another one, Joni and Lynn H. Joni was Melissa Napoli's customer, and Lynn H., who's a customer of Tammy Caswell's. They both found more time to work on their physical fitness and wellness as a form of self-care. So there was just such an overriding presence of people that wanted a sense of community from their family, from helping others, from being connected to others, and then self-care. Like it just showed up for so many of us in such a big way during this last year. And I loved all the positive things because, yeah, COVID changed a lot for people. It really and truly did. And so, let me bring Andrea back in. So Andrea, let's see, I'm gonna hide this. We do have some really incredible women that we want to share with everybody that's on today that did some really outstanding things during COVID and made such an impact on the world around them and within their own lives. And so I'm so excited for you to introduce your guests. Well, our guests are not live. We just asked them a lot of questions, and we're going to share all about them with you, and then talk a little bit more about what happened with Mary Kay, like what happened to this incredible company that empowers women. How did we pivot? How are we still standing here and thriving today as well? So
Amy, I wanted to say one quick thing with family. When you talk about a change, my mom, of course, is out of town, and that killed me that I could not see her for so long. But I love it that my mom in her mid-80s now is like a queen of the laptop user, and we do Zoom every single week. Not only does she do it for us now, though, she's gotten on church, she gets on her meetings, she's Zooming with other people. Yeah. Mid-80s, had never done anything like that before, had never used a laptop. And we don't know if she would have done that without that. And she's such, and we've now connected with our family in the Midwest and with our family, on the West Coast. It taught us that there was no excuse not to pick up the phone or pick up the computer.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Here's another one. I'm going to give you another winner, Ebony, who is also a customer of Crystal's. Crystal Batten, way to go with spreading the word to your customers about this. This I loved that Ebony said this. She found power in collaboration and the importance of learning how to work virtually. And yeah, like how many of you were resisting? Like, I don't want to learn this. I don't want to learn it. And Ebony was able to take that and say, you know what, this is a powerful platform. And it completely helped her connect and collaborate with other people. So as much as she was probably resistant and not, she had to have courage around it to be able to do that. You got to have courage to step in and make it work. So I thought
Ebony, she's amazing. Yeah, she did some great things.
It's so cool. And then how about this one too? This is, let's see. This is Geneva, another one of Crystal's. Geneva ran a brick and mortar store before COVID. And that had to have been a tough place to be. Geneva, my heart goes out to you, girl, because you had to radically change what you did and take your entire platform and learn how to run it online. And so kudos to you for doing that and making that happen. I know it could not have been easy, but super proud of you for doing that. And man, I hope now you have 2 avenues of income. Now, once you're going to be able to get that brick and mortar up and running, and then you'll have your online presence as well, right? So
Absolutely.
super cool. Okay, so I'm going to come out and I'm going to put up the slide of your beautiful customer, Mercedes, so you can talk all about her.
Absolutely.
Right? So just give me a second.
Thanks. Okay. Let me see if her slide is up. There it is. There. Okay. And some of you might just know this superwoman because she is just all over the place. Mercedes and I, you talk about a virtual friendship. Mercedes and I actually met via Facebook because we were friends of friends. And right after she wrote her first book, Hope, it was right when my Hope unit was debuting. And there was just something about her and something she said that I just sent her a message about her resiliency and what she was going through and how she had turned her life into such an amazing platform, not just for herself, but for her children, for other people's children, and for other women. So Mercedes was one of those women who has always been resilient and always just pivoting. But one of the reasons when Amy and I talked about who did we want to highlight today, I thought of Mercedes because very early on, not only did we have this crazy pandemic, but we know in the spring and summer we had this horrible social unrest and racial unrest, which for many of us was so incredibly painful. And Mercedes used her wonderful show. She's a beautiful hostess of the Mercedes Wilson Show. And she started to use that venue to have discussion groups around all of this, not just even in a way to educate, but she created a venue for people to, again, have that community, to talk with each other, to communicate with each other. And she was able, I think, to break through in ways that many other people couldn't because what you see is what you get with her. And she knew how to bring on guests who did the same things. And she was able to work through the hurt and the pain and create that amazing faith-filled community that she did and work her business. So not only is she hostess of the Mercedes Wilson Show, I've also worked with Mercedes for her organization for our daughters. And I've donated for her fundraisers and been a sponsor for that because she is all about giving back. And when I tell you that she's resilient, if you ever want to hear her story, this is a woman who is a cancer survivor, a domestic violence survivor, and she did not just come back. She just flourished. She flourished long before COVID, but she took everything that she had learned in the past and she put it in high speed during COVID. Sorry, that's my son outside. Took it in high speed and just really ran with it. So I am just so honored to call her friend. Even the littlest things, she's going to laugh when she hears that. The little things like she and her daughters were making apple pies. And, just to go and pick up an apple pie because my husband loves apple pie. And I went over just to get an apple pie. Just because we could. She just continued to look for ways to continue to build that community, to build women up, to build each other's up. So I would implore you to go to her Facebook page, Mercedes Wilson's or the Mercedes Wilson Show, and connect with this woman. If you want to see an example of all of those words we started with, this is the person that we're talking about. And Mercedes, I am honored to share you with the rest of the world today, or the rest of Western New York, I guess I should say, those few people who probably don't know you, but I am more honored to call you my friend and to honor you on this special day that is created for phenomenal women like you. So bravo to you. Thanks so much.
Oh, I love that. Mercedes. Oh my gosh. We've had the pleasure of having her at our training center in the past. And, she's just a phenomenal woman.
She absolutely is. She absolutely is.
So, well, that was so cool. All right. Well, now I get to introduce you to my good friend and customer. And let's see, I'm going to share. Let's see how I'm going to do this. Let me try. Hang on. I'm going to figure this out. All right. Let's see. It's hard when you're sharing the screen and doing the presentation here. All right. So this is my good friend. I admire this woman so much. Her name is Amy Pearl. She is, oh, and there's my spelling error, Chief Optimizer at Work Ignited. She owns a company called Work Ignited. She is an author. She is an incredible business coach, life coaching. She wraps it all up in one. And I can't wait to tell you what she did during COVID, because I'm so excited about this program. I'm really excited to be a part of it with Amy. I don't own it. I mean, a part of it as a member from her company called Fabulous Together. It's another little part of her Work Ignited company. And I have to read this. She's got such a great way of writing. I'm just going to tell you some of the things that she told me about this great program. Amy, since 1999, led leadership development programs for businesses of all shapes and sizes. And her specialty is in giving leaders the insight and tools to understand how personalities affect their mindsets, their workplaces, and their teams. And she's always been on the go. She's always facilitated workshops and coaching, and she's worked in 17 states and 9 countries. And I love this, Amy, with her Mary Kay roll-up bag in tow. Her goal is to celebrate others' uniqueness and make someone say, wow, every day, while prioritizing faith, family, and fun. So this is so crazy, because when COVID hit, I was like, Amy, what are you doing with your business? Because everything shut down. And so all of the people she was working with were employees working from home. And so it was an instant downturn for her business. There was no place for her to go. And, she was going into offices prior to that. And she thrives on in-person relationships. Like if they're in-person workshops, if you ever got to meet her, she's like this ball of energy and super fun to be in her space. And she was doing face-to-face one-on-one coaching with people. She says she's completely technophobic, and I think she's gotten better with it. I actually went into her office to show her how we were using StreamYard, because she was implementing this fabulous new program I can't wait to tell you about. So while she knew she couldn't be face-to-face, COVID hit. She said, okay, what can I do with 20 years of personal development? Like, what can I do with all these tips and techniques? And I want to put something together and make it as binge-worthy as Netflix. I love that line, right? Like, she wanted like personal growth and coaching. She wanted people to crave it so badly that they wanted to be a part of her program. So she wanted to make a club, kind of like a place of community where people could come and hang out and have similar goals and similar missions. It sounds a lot like our Mary Kay, doesn't it? It sounds very much like it. So she created this fabulous company called Fabulous Together. You'll see it right there, fabuloustogether.net. And you can have a whole year subscription to this program and be a part of this community of professional business women. She's offering us a discount. So you'll see these links that we'll post when we're all done. Andrea and I will go in and get the links for Mercedes things and for Amy's things on here. So let me tell you about this. The members get access to dozens of online coaching topics divided into 5 themes: shining together, working together, thriving together, growing together, and giving together. And each month they host coaching events with topics of the month. They interview special guests. And they're all learning and flourishing in this incredible online community. And I just thought it was such a great example of someone being courageous, like 20 years doing the same thing. She had to completely change her entire platform. Resiliency, like bounce back, right? Like, we get hit with some crazy stuff. Do you have bounce back ability like Amy Pearl? She completely bounced back. Grit. Like, she developed this whole program from the start of COVID. There was no inkling of this back in March. She started thinking, okay, how can I do this? And so she took this last year to develop this fabulous program and onboard all kinds of incredible professional women all together on this platform in this last year. So it shows grit and strength and resiliency and courage, and like all those words are epitomized with Amy. So Amy, I'm so proud to call you friend. I'm so proud of your Fabulous Together branch to Work Ignited. I'm really excited to be a part of it, and so honored to be able to share your experience through COVID with all these amazing women on these Facebook pages and watching on YouTube. You're just incredible. So let me bring Andrea back in here with me. And so much fun, right?
That's amazing.
Cool women. I know. I'm just so impressed with these ladies. Gosh. So Andrea, why don't you tell everybody how you pivoted? What happened with you in this last year?
You know, a few things happened. Of course, we were the first thing with the business. I was like, okay, how the heck are we going to do this? We are all about coming together and being with women. And I'm one of those people who, you know, I'm a hands-on type of person, so I like to be around. And then just when I was getting used to that, you know, I saw the benefits actually early on. My daughter came home from school. My son was here. We were all home and safe. So I saw that benefit. But just when I was kind of getting used to that little bit of pivot, okay, learn Zoom, learn, Facebook Live, learn all these new tools. My customers are still here. I can do this. This is fine. Then all the events of May and June happened. And, anyone who knows me, I mean, it just hit me for some reason like a ton of bricks. All of that racial injustice, George Floyd in particular, I just remember crying for days. And I thought, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I am trying to sit through meetings. I am trying to do this. But that is when the definition of community really sank in with me, because it didn't mean being in a space physically with everybody. My unit, which is very diverse, there were times we just had to come together and say, how are you guys doing? Mm-hmm. What's going on? And we were okay with saying this isn't fair, or something's going on. We had a place to share our emotions in a safe space with people who we knew would lift us up and who would listen and not judge. And that hit home to me that, what I'm doing with Mary Kay is not just about lipstick or even skincare. It is truly about creating a safe community. Mm-hmm. And that was an aha moment for me. In this last year, I thought, okay, people need to feel like something is the same. So I started kind of ramping up the Zoom meetings and the Zoom parties, and people were getting together with their family members from all over the country. And we were able to come together and lift each other up, even if it was for an hour or 45 minutes. That whole definition of community just really sunk in with me. My job, my calling was to be there and create a community where people could come together and feel good, even if it was for a few minutes. And, I see that's what happened with our unit, with my customer base. It felt like I have one customer who's been my customer forever, who had a party, her sister-in-law had a party, her mom had a party, and now I'm just adopted into their family, to the point that I think it was 4th of July or Labor Day, they sent me a text going, hey, we're having a family gathering, and everybody says, where's Andrea? It was just so funny. It meant a whole different thing. So it has changed how I looked at my business. And it kind of was what I needed, because I had to see something beyond just our incredible skincare, love it, and everything else. Mm-hmm. But it truly served a different purpose for me this past year. And it was just, for me, something that got me beyond the tears. And it also helped me to find my voice and realize, you can't be quiet about this. Right. I was gifted and blessed to have this platform. So I continue to use it, and I continue to speak up, and it's about making changes. And I hope that people are better this year than they were in 2020. And 2022, they're going to be better than 2021, and so on. So yeah, looking back at the whole thing, would have never guessed that, March 12th, when we said, I don't know if we're going to be back next week at our meeting. And,
and here we are, right? Like, yeah, it's So that was was March 12th the day that we were
March 12th was, and the only reason I remember because the next day, you know, when my other job, we were sending everybody home for 2 weeks. We said, go home. I remember that I worked a really long day, came to our meeting, and like next week, but we'll see. And then it was just like pull rug. You know,
oh my gosh. Well, you know what, Andrea, this has been such a crazy growth year for so many people, and so many people. When we think of this last year, you know, you talk about the resiliency and the grit and the courage, but I have to say that I've been so blessed having you as a friend. And the women that are the diversity within Mary Kay, because we are able to have the hard conversations that some people might not have the ability to have. They might, you know, whatever the deal is, but you in particular are so courageous to be able to say you want the hard conversation and be willing to talk it through and be willing to like express your feelings and emotions for what happened last year and our, you know, ongoing, not last year, but where it came to into the floodlights of the world. Mercedes, I will always have a piece of my heart for Mercedes because she ran that incredible workshop on Zoom with some hard conversations that opened my eyes to some stuff that, you know, in hindsight, I hope we can all look back on that and say, what a blessing, because it started change. It started some much needed change, and a powerful year.
We just had to realize we had to talk with each other, not at each other. And it was okay. And just like that first customer who said, I realized, you know what, if certain people didn't want to hear my heart, that was one of those things where, okay, it was great having them in my life for a while, but that was okay if it was something that was because holding everything in was hurting more than it was helping. So being that new person, you know, that was one of those things to leave behind, you know, stop being afraid to be genuine. And it was who I was. And this is what I was experiencing. And we talked about that. We were experiencing it very differently. That was what life was. But it wasn't enough just to say that. We also had to talk about, this is what we're feeling, this is what we're doing, and the only way we can move forward is continue to have these kind of conversations.
Right? And I think that one of the beautiful blessings that we have in Mary Kay is that we have really been taught from the beginning, from our beautiful Mary Kay and the lessons that she taught us, is that we are all the same. And that when we go forth just loving each other and out of curiosity to get to know one another, we're all the same. So there's no, you know, like, can we just talk? Can we just connect and talk and try to understand one another instead of, like you said, talking at each other, right? There's no place for that anymore. And so I feel like this has been such a, you know, all the people I've met in Mary Kay and the experiences that we have gone through, including this last year, man, it just built our sense of community so strong.
Absolutely.
And, when we're ready to get back together in person, we're going to have quite the party to get everybody together, your unit, my unit. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun. So I just appreciate you so much sharing and being so real with everybody. Gosh, so let me say, for me, my experience with COVID, so I've been with Mary Kay for 28 years. And really, you know, at this point, kind of felt like I was in a groove. Like, I had it down. We have our Thursday meetings. We would do, you know, workshops on Saturdays, sometimes events, getting the girls together on Saturdays. And I was just like in my groove. I have to say, definitely like a comfortable groove, you know, and don't you feel like that's where you should be after doing something for 28 years? Like, so that's why we do it for so long, and we don't quit, because we know that on the other end of it, the rewards are multiplied versus the amount of time you're putting in anymore. Well, that all got upended because in April, you know, everybody was flipped out. By the time April came, we thought, are we even going to exist anymore? Because our Mary Kay model is building relationships, a sense of community, getting together face to face, nose to nose, right? Eyeball to eyeball. And it's laughing with people and sharing product and making people feel special. And because our platform was never virtually, we didn't know, like, is that even possible to connect virtually like that? But we had no choice. And so my recollection of April, especially March to April, was just pure exhaustion. Like Amy, feeling like, I mean, I'm kind of good technically, I felt like, but I wasn't. Like everything we had to learn everything. Like having to learn how to use Zoom and learn how to use the StreamYard and learn how to, can we get effective with FaceTime, which is always just something fun and weird on my phone. And now we have to use it. It was learning the technical part, but then getting comfortable behind it. And that was a whole other thing. And then the whole piece of it was like, is this even going to work? Because we're like, we don't know, what is our whole company going to fold? Like, what the heck is going to happen? Well, let me tell you. One of the things I feel like I am most proud of being part of this company, and I've known before, but I think through COVID, it proved to me that we have some of the most forward-thinking, progressive, creative, hardworking, sharing women on the planet that are sales directors and consultants. And while we were each trying to figure it out together, we were pulling each other virtually arm in arm saying, we can do this together. Let's figure it out. It is freaking hard. And we're all tired, but we can do this. We can figure it out. Don't get behind. Like, let's dive in and see what we can do with it. And then from all over the nation, people are saying, this is what I'm doing, and this is what's working, and these are the results, and let me show you how. And we had this unbelievable community of exhausted, tired women that took this company and turned it on its head, because we finished off June in a better position than we have ever been before in the history of Mary Kay. Bigger growth, bigger sales, bigger recruiting. We had started to take over, which we had never been on, the charts of direct selling companies that are working virtually. We started moving up. Like, you start seeing Mary Kay, like they're getting good growth, until we ended up the last issue that came out that we were the #1 most forward growth company in working virtually. So how, like, that is unbelievable. I know our corporation was floored by us. This movement was not led by Mary Kay Corporate. They didn't know what to do. They were just like, what now? Like, we couldn't get product ingredients. Our manufacturing plant was shut down. We couldn't get shipments. We're like, what? And we figured it out as a community. And so I'm so proud of that. And I think that through all adversity, through all pain comes growth. And you can't have growth. You can't have higher confidence. You can't have better self-esteem if you don't struggle through that stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like if we can look at the positives and continue to pull out what was good, what is still growing, what is in growth mode, we are going to come out of this even stronger, more resilient women than ever before on the planet. I just feel like those are like the biggest gifts we are ever going to get from this, because we are going to get through it. 100% we're going to get through it.
Absolutely.
I guess the question is, who are you going to become through it? Right? Like, who are you becoming through all of this? And it takes hard work. It takes grit. It takes like digging in and saying, I'm not quitting. There's going to be a way, right? Everything is figure outable. So how can I figure it out? How can I make it work? So I'm super proud of
figure outable. That's a great word. I like
that.
Yeah,
right? Like, everything's figure outable. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Andrea, is I'm going to pull you out of the stream. I'm going to talk about 3 consultants. I can't wait to share their takeaways. And then we already went way over. I knew we would, Andrea. But I want to talk to people about this Mary Kay opportunity in a very quick way. And don't go away, because we have a really special offer for anybody that might want to be a part of this incredible business that we have. So, Andrea, thanks so much. I'll bring you back in the end to say goodbye. So don't go away.
I'm not going anywhere.
All right, so let me show you. I got to show you some consultants that really did some cool stuff. These are three of beauty consultants that filled out the Google forms and answered some great questions, and they're all getting some beautiful prizes in the mail. But let me just tell you about these women. They're actually from different parts of the country. So Robin Illumi is from the Scranton, Pennsylvania area, and Robin said that she originally thought her business was going to struggle or maybe even fall apart. And thank God she had systems in place so that she could learn how to work virtually and continue selling. She has so many customers that don't do anything virtual. Robin's been in Mary Kay longer than I have, and some of her customers are just not their thing. So the virtual appointments became very important, and teaching them how to do it and getting them comfortable with it. Her last couple of customers that she did virtual appointments with thanked her for making their day. And so I know that just touches her heart, and she's having so much fun with it. And Robin is having her best Mary Kay year ever. And I know she's going to be a part of Mary Kay's National Court of Sales this year for the first time and earn a diamond ring. So we're all cheering you on, Robin. Love you so much. In the middle here is the beautiful Melissa Napoli. Used to be from Lockport, New York, now lives in North Carolina. Melissa has a powerful story, you guys. In April, she sold her house and bought a new house in another state. She had to downsize, which means she had to get rid of a lot of stuff, and then moved down to North Carolina. And because of COVID, there was so many challenges along the way. But she says, looking back, she cannot believe that she got it all done. In the process, also, she had to teach herself how to use social media, how to connect virtually with her customers, a whole other thing. Like Melissa's year was a year of change. And because of that, Melissa, I will say a year of growth, a year of strength, a year of courage, right? A year of grit. And they're all good things that are going to make you so strong. Melissa's been in our National Court of Sales multiple times before, but once again, this year, she is going to hit it, even through all that adversity. She's going to make it happen. So proud of you, Melissa. Love that you're a part of us and a part of our community. And we just all appreciate you so much. And then you can see the beautiful Sandy Wills. She's also from Pennsylvania, kind of near the Scranton area as well. And Sandy, for the first time ever, will also be hitting Mary Kay's National Court of Sales. She's a top seller and a top producer. But she got to a point when COVID hit, and she said, what if people aren't working right now and they just can't even afford any Mary Kay? Like, I don't even want to call them. This is so difficult. I don't want them to feel like I'm a salesperson during this crazy time. So she turned around and said, you know what? If I'm not comfortable with that, I know what I am comfortable with. And I am comfortable with creating an opportunity where I can just give back to people. And so Sandy began making cloth face masks, and she collected satin hand sets and she donated them. And she started using her Mary Kay business to simply make people feel good. How can I help you? How can I make your day a little bit better? And because of that, the momentum from that just kept rolling on and on and on. She got really comfortable with Zoom. And Sandy right now is building and growing her Mary Kay team, as well as we are watching some of her highest sales that she's ever had, all virtually. And it's been such a joy to watch that growth from you, Sandy, during this last year. And I know really big things are ahead for you. So congratulations to you and everything that you're doing. I'm so excited to tell you a little bit about Mary Kay and the opportunity. This is going to take a short little moment because if you want more information from us, we would be so thrilled to give it to you. All you got to do is let your consultant know, can you just call me? I just have some questions, right? It's the easiest thing to do. Go on marykay.com and you can say sell Mary Kay. There's a lot of questions and answers on there as well. But let me tell you what makes us so special. First of all, it's the purpose and passion, right? If you've got dreams, which we all do, right? Maybe it's just earning a little bit of extra cash or making a full-time commitment to a new kind of business. Mary Kay is the opportunity that offers freedom. It offers flexibility. And of course, it offers a ton of fun that you might be looking for. Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant we're women that help other women look and feel beautiful. It's all about that self-care. And you become a part of a worldwide community that supports and encourages others, right? So we talked about the importance of community connection, the importance of self-care. We know that it does take time and energy to start your Mary Kay journey. And so we will help set you up for success with a really great start. Your starter kit, which we'll show you in a few minutes, comes with everything that you could possibly need. All kinds of apps, digital selling tools, and of course us here to help you along the way. So it also, our business opportunity is so also amazing because of the exciting incentives that we offer. You know, you can earn up to 50% selling this product at retail. And for those of you who have tried our clinical solutions, our retinol, amazing retinol, it sells for $120, and that has been a hot seller. And I want you to think about that in terms of future income, because we do earn 50% of everything that we sell. And if you choose to build a team, like Andrea has done, like I have done, you saw some of the girls on the slides, Michelle or Melissa and Robin and Sandy, they've all team built. They also receive a monetary bonuses and commissions based on what their team members order. And you can put yourself in the driver's seat with the opportunity to earn a Mary Kay career car. That is, you'd be, one of the best in the class car incentives across the board in the world of direct selling. We have over 10,000 car earners at any given time in Mary Kay. And I was just thinking today, at one time, I go to a little church out in Swarmville, New York called St. Mary's. And at one time, my mother, myself, a girl by the name of Cheryl Arena, a girl by the name of Sandy Braun, another girl by the name of Joanne York Rappel, we all had pink Cadillacs, and we were all at that one church. So no, the world is not saturated with Mary Kay. If we can have 5 pink Cadillac sales directors in one church, now I think it's down a little because my mom's retired, and there's some other movement that happened. But yeah, I always like to tell that story. Okay, how about this? Powerful products, right? Fall for more than 300 beauty products. Do you love Mary Kay beauty products? You got to be a consultant because you can have them all at your fingertips. Innovative skincare, on-trend cosmetics, body care, fragrances. You can feel confident that our products are the best of the best. We test hundreds of thousands of tests every single year for quality, safety, performance. Our products fall under EU standards, meaning that they're held to the highest production and manufacturing details. Very few ingredients. There's a long list of ingredients that cannot go into our products if we're going to fall under EU standards. So you can be sure that they're very safe products. We do not test on animals, so hallelujah for that. So look into Mary Kay a little bit more and if you stand behind the products, you might as well sell them, right? You're going to make a discount, get a discount for yourself, make some great extra income. And how about this beautiful living legacy? There is our Mary Kay Ash, who I personally was Texas for my director training all those years ago. We have been over 57 years enriching women's lives. Mary Kay products are sold in over 40 countries across the world. Our company is based on values of placing God first, our family second, career third. We work and live by the golden rule, treating other people the way we would want to be treated. And we have a community of women that support, encourage, and help each other in any way that we can. We have a proven business model that helps women discover extra income. It helps them become empowered for who they are and for choices that they want and feel beautiful from the inside out. And so let me tell you how you can open your business and then show you the gift that is offered to you. If you are interested, you can start your own Mary Kay business for just $30. $30. That's it. It's called eStart. And eStart gives you the ability to utilize, you get a Mary Kay website for an entire year, a personal Mary Kay website. You have the ability to accept credit cards for an entire year. You have all the apps, all the technology that you could ever need to get your business started. So that's just a $30 start. And if you choose to do that, we will give us as much guidance as we can on that for you. But there's another option, and that's to purchase a full starter kit that is loaded with almost $400 worth of products. You can see some of them on the screen right there, along with the eStart, your business, your website, and your ability to accept ProPay. And that's $130 to get your business started that way. And you will have all the tools for success, along with us helping you make this work. And in addition to that, so many of us are working virtually right now. You have the opportunity as a brand new beauty consultant to purchase a sample kit for just $45 so that we can mail samples out to people anywhere around the world and give them a pampering session virtually and build a customer base. Or not around the world, in the US. I shouldn't have said the world. We can only sell in the US. Anywhere along the US, you can build customers from, we're in Buffalo, out to California, to Vermont, to Florida, to, Michigan. So wherever you have friends and family, we can do this all virtually right now. And here's our little gift. Andrea and I decided that for International Women's Day, we're going to extend it for the entire month. And if you are interested in getting your business started anytime in the month of March, you just say yes. And you choose to purchase your eStart or your eStart Plus Starter Kit. And when you have your initial orientation call with either Andrea or I, and we will walk you through what to do next, get to know you, find out what you want from this, find out what your goals are. When you say yes to this, you are then going to get your choice of either a microdermabrasion set or a multi-mask set as our gift to you for signing up during the month that features International Women's Day. So we wanted to offer that special to you guys tonight and through the whole month of March. So if it's something you're interested in, make sure you tell your consultant and let her know. And consultants, you can go ahead and use this video, share it with people throughout the whole month, and let them know that those are gifts that are available to them just for saying yes in the month of March. And let me tell you this, my biggest takeaway, I didn't really get to say what my gifts were of COVID. So I want to add this. My biggest gift of COVID was the gift of time, I have to say, because where my business would take me out to go do a facial, maybe 3 hours, packing my car and driving to meet someone. And I loved it. And I can't wait to get back to that, sit with someone, pamper them, give them a facial, give them a hand treatment. Because of COVID, I had to learn how to do this virtually. And so now I'm connecting and building relationships with people just like this on Zoom or on FaceTime. And it's taking a lot less time. I'm still getting to meet beautiful women and connect with women, but it's taking less time. And I've learned during this last year that I can work this business completely from my home. And if you are someone that is looking for a little side gig to work from your home, this is it. Like, there is no better out there. There's nothing better out there. So we really hope that you enjoyed your time with us today, this whole hour that we spent together. Encouraging
for 30 minutes, right, Amy?
Yeah, right, I know. We should always know that, Andrea. 2 times. We take 2 times as much time. I'm glad we didn't tell everybody it was going to be.
I know, exactly.
Our consultants are used to an hour. We're used to being on the live hour show. But we just are so appreciative of all of you for joining us. And we hope that you got some excitement from this, a mission for your life, knowing that things have been hard, but man, we're going to get through it. There's a lot of good that came from it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we thank each and every one of you, because it is the women. It's not just that you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it from each other. And that's what really separates us, the way we lift each other up and we learn how to pay it forward and bless each other. So let's continue to do that even when this COVID thing comes to an end. Hopefully that will be something that we will continue to take with us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And we just appreciate all of you. And we hope that, we can continue with this sense of community, sense of empowerment, sense of, self-care, and just keep carrying it through to the future. So if you are a beauty consultant on here and you're just kind of thinking, wow, I never thought that I could do this virtually, because we sure have a lot that we have not, we haven't seen you a lot during this time. Reach out to Andrea and I and let us help you teach you how to do this virtually, because you could have a business already sitting in your home that you have not taken a complete advantage of yet. And we want to help you do that. So we loved being with all you guys.
Thank you so much.
Benton, how about that? All your customers that filled out their form, Crystal. Unbelievable.
You rock, Crystal.
So much fun. All right, you guys. Love you all. We're going to post Amy's and Mercedes information. And if you have any questions about anything, just reach out. Okay?
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.